Alrighty, welcome in. We're back on Monday. We're doing live streams every day this week, starting about the same time, 3:15, 3:30, somewhere in there. Join us. Keep you updated on all the market cycles. If you're new, my name is Chase, 5-Day Crypto. I've been in crypto since 2017. Been through all the ups and downs. My goal is to help you navigate the cycles better so you can limit all the crazy shit that I've seen and been through. So if you like the video, like the stream, give us a thumbs up, spread the word somewhere, tell your dog, cat, grandmother, aunt, uncle, I don't care. Just get it out. We'll start off with some Bitcoin stuff and then get some people in here and we'll get to some requests. Alrighty, enough blabbering. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, welcome in. Bitcoin, we just had a monthly close. If you weren't aware, it's a new month now. Let's look at how we closed. So, relatively bullish and bearish. If you had to lean one way, it'd be bullish. But just like March, ups and downs closed green. No big signals yet. We're looking for more indecision candles or breakout candles. So what is the good here is that our range lows equal range highs of last cycle. I don't know how you can argue anything but bullish there. Excellent. If we put on the Gaussian channel, it's way the hell down here at 38,000 for the top, well below our 21-month EMA at 45K. There's still an outside chance we could go down there, although with each passing month, week, that becomes less and less likely. Bollinger Bands, we're at range highs on the Bollinger Bands, just climbing right up. The EMA 8, holding that on the monthly, ran right into it here, bounced off. Maybe we do that again come July, August, right? This should update 64, 65K in the next month or so. By, late summer, we're looking at maybe 67K for that EMA 8 line. We should be breaking out somewhere between now and then to our next phase. Phase 1 from January to October of 2023. That's when we started phase 2, right? You see breakout of previous range highs. Take us to new range highs. Phase 3 will start once we start to close, just like we did here. I would guess sometime between July and August, if I had to guess. Could happen tomorrow. That'd be great. That's fine. I think we're all ready for it. But Bitcoin dominance is going to have to top. And we're likely going to need to see Bitcoin dominance under 50% before we can get a great alt season. Our first true alt season. So just really quick, go look at it. Alt season index, right? We're at like 43. Let's look at the alt year index, right? And you can pull this up yourself on blockchaincenter.net if you want this. It's all free. Go to the year index. We're at 33. We're not even close. And we haven't been close, right? Bitcoin dominance has been doing nothing but going up. So if I scroll down here, right, you can see the years. Let me put this in better perspective here for you, right? 2018, 2019, 2020. Right, look how alty we got. Word of the day, alty. 3 peaks last cycle for alts. Look at where we've been so far. This is why we still have some time to go, I believe. There's a lot of people that think we're either going to blow off top or in a bear market already. But this is a good argument for me that alts still have a ways to go. I still think we're going to peak sometime between, probably next 12 months, give or take a couple months on either side of that. So that would kind of rhyme with a 2025, mid-2025 top. We would get alts maybe up here again. So we have some time. All right, I've kind of finished what I wanted to say. Words are hard. Well, let's get to some requests. Welcome in, everyone. Wherever you are from around the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Hopefully not good night. Hopefully you can make it through another few minutes of this. All right. Any requests? All right, we got Floki. I think he's on our... Oh, also, side note. We have these lists here. Red list is the bad. We're only looking at fundamentals from a TA perspective. I don't care how great your coin promises to be. Right, just from a pure chart standpoint, red is not where you want your coins to be. Green, hopefully you can follow this if you're past 5 years old. That's the good zone, right? Like a stoplight. Hopefully you have stoplights wherever you are. Or if you don't have stoplights, you probably don't have a computer, and you have bigger issues. Orange, right? Cautious, not great, not the worst, right? Kind of in the middle, could gain some traction. So you really want the majority of your coins, and we have most of them there. 54 here. So just a side note on that. All right, so first request, I think it's on the green list actually. So let's just look at it. And I also have sorted these now in alphabetical order, so it should be easier to find if you request. Went ahead and did that. That's, it's not hard. It's a one button click. If you're wondering, I didn't spend any amount of time doing it. All right, so let's look at it. Floki up 14%. Look at the monthly, right? Similar vibes to Bitcoin. Well, that was much more bullish than Bitcoin there. Bullish engulfing, little bit. Now we're trying to break out as we speak. Let's zoom into the weekly. Textbook kind of just moved down here, test the 21 week. Now back to range highs and really like flexing a potential breakout here. So Floki's looking great as of right now. Let's go look at some indicators. Our momentum's still low, but look how it's gaining, right? We just crossed here. That's good. RSI, your strength, you want that high. That's good, right? Going up. MFI still way high. That's good. Your Fisher transform, running parallel train tracks, right? That's excellent sign as well. Good momentum there. Anything bad? I don't really see anything bad other than your Mayer multiple's a little high. I mean, it did get batshit crazy high, right? If you ever see this go out like this high, you probably should take some profits. And by probably, I mean as fast as you can. Like, let's look at where the top was, at least initially, right? I mean, it was like right at it. So you're just a side note on that, like that. If you get that crazy heated on the Mayer multiple, you need to be aggressively taking profits. Look how high the MFI got to 97, RSI got to 95. I mean, you were cranked out on stochastics as well. The signs were there to at least take some profit off the table. And then we had a drawdown, 65%. Now we're back. No big deal. But look how much you could have saved. You got some profit out here. Rinse and repeat. Test the 21 week. Go back in. Holy hell, you could be making some serious cash. Nice breakout from down here and never looking back, right? This is just like rips off the rearview mirror. Doesn't need to check and just down the highway like a bat out of hell. So great looking chart. If you're wondering, like memes can be excellent looking charts too. Here's a perfect example of it. So kudos to you if you got into this. It's looking great. Let's just zoom down a little bit more. If the daily's still looking good. And here's that weekly zone, right? Unchanged. So you need to see a daily close above the 30,000 mark right there. See that? 30,000 Satoshis. That's what we're looking at. All right. Good first request. Trying to find my water without looking. Didn't work out well. All right, Fetch. Is Fetch about to break out? That was the question. Let's go see the answer. It's right above it. Alphabetical order, remember? I didn't do well. Flashcards of spelling bees. Like, that's... it's another story. All right, so let's look at... start off Fetch on the daily. The daily chart's not looking great. At least right now, we're stuck under all these moving averages. Look at the Bollinger Bands really kind of pinching here. Pretty narrow sideways action more than anything over the past, like, what, going on 2 months here. But what we do like is, these little bit of higher lows, and it's kind of respecting this blue line. What is that? I'm glad you asked. It's the 100-day EMA. Blue line. Great sign. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go below it, but if we did close, say we did close under here like that, that would be a huge warning, at least for the near term. Right? You don't want to break a key structure if it's been holding for months, right? That'd be a big pivotal area. Moving averages are sideways, so that's your odds for the continuation. All right, so let's go to the weekly, see if we got anything better. Well, yeah, that looks pretty good. I wouldn't say bull flag, right? You want your bull flags more like this, where they kind of go down like really sharply and then bounce, right? Where this kind of not that sharp. You could argue with it, but ideally, like, it should have bounced it like about a month ago and then went like that, right? So we're kind of now starting to get into this kind of prolonged, kind of drawn out area, which, I mean, look at all those colors. How can you not be confused by that? So don't confuse a bull flag with a, just consolidation or a pennant, which a lot of people confuse pennants and bull flag. A pennant is like this, right? That's not that bullish, and I would argue more bearish, really. If you're testing a low level. We're not really there yet, right? It needs to be clearly defined, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people get bull flags and pennants confused. You want your bull flags like in a tight area like that. See the difference? All right, and then you can have, yeah, we won't even get into lessons right now, but is it flexing a breakout? I mean, I don't see a potential breakout here. Do you? Let's look at the monthly. Now this still looks like just consolidation. It's taking it calm, right? Because of, I mean, holy hell, it went from October to March, just a subtle 17x and 160 days. I mean, it can take a break as long as we don't close under 190 with the 21 EMA in the yellow. We're still good. Range lows, we're still good. Even if we go down a little bit, who cares? But we got some work to do before we get too bullish again. It's like another $1 up here, right? You got to really close back up here above 3 again before you can get too excited. I don't see where anybody be talking about a potential breakout here. It doesn't seem like it yet. Like if you were at $3, like we just looked at Floki, I mean this is a potential breakout. Let's forget these Bollinger Bands. Holy hell, right? Breakout, that looks like a potential breakout, of course. I don't see the vibes there. Water again. All right, next request going on to render. And it should be here in the green as well. I like all the green requests. We start getting like, I think if we make up like a fun game, if we get 3 red requests in a row, we just end the stream immediately. If we get 3 requests on just terrible charts, it's just over 3 strikes. All right, so render, where could we get to? Well, the fib extension from just this recent March high to April lows, there's your numbers there. Do I think we're going to get to those upper 2? Probably not. Maybe the 3618 if we're like super lucky. That would be kind of a lot for me, since render's already at multi-billion-dollar market cap. You got to do the math on those. You always look at market caps before you just fall into the price prediction trap, like XRP to $500, like BitBoy said last cycle. It overtakes the gross national debt. It would supersede Bitcoin by a few $1 trillion. Forgot to do the math on that one, huh? So don't fall into that. Do your market cap checks before you just blindly buy into someone saying render's going to $500 this cycle, right? The market cap might not agree with that. But also don't fall for just like looking at Fibonacci's and say, okay, well, render's definitely going to 50 or 100 or whatever, just based on one little fib thing, right? And I would suggest using multiple fibs, like from opening to lows back here as well. You can do that, like areas of interest. And that's all fibs are really for, just areas of interest. Don't take them as, whatever, it's set in stone. So the 1618 from our initial high to low is 65. That seems like a pretty good target. I don't see how you wouldn't be happy with that, given the fact that render was at 25 cents here at the lows, and you have to keep those in mind. Like render's already up at current price. It's already done over 37x from current prices. It's already done over 50x. From the lows to the highs. It's already done a 50x. There's many coins that have done more than that. They're not saying we can't do another, or 100x from that low, or even more than that. But keep those in perspective. Like from current prices to our current little short stream 1618, we got to do a 2x, which, sure. To get to 50, we're looking at a 5x. Could we do that? Yeah. $65 over here from our 618, right? That takes us another 6x. I mean, if that doesn't float your boat, like let's get some reality checks here, right? I know you might want 100x, but something that's already done a 50x as of current is unlikely to do another 50x from here. certainly with not a multi-billion-dollar market cap. So reality check to there, but this is how you prevent yourself from becoming the exit liquidity and believing the BitBoys of crypto that will be coming this cycle, that just scream out, whatever your favorite altcoin is going to batshit crazy market cap, multi-trillion-dollar market cap for, Shiba Inu, or do the market cap check on Shiba Inu to a penny, and you tell me if that's ever going to happen. Some of you may have checked that already and already know, and others are blindly buying the Shiba to a penny thing. Remember, like last cycle, if you weren't around last cycle, I mean, that was the whole big thing. Shiba to a penny. Not going to happen. Water. All right. Welcome in again. 30 people. Our record is, I think, 42. See if we can ever beat that. Maybe this week we can beat 42. You can always watch these live streams back. I did my intros at the beginning, so if you don't know who the hell is talking here, you can just watch the first 1 minute of the video. Talk about myself. Mostly to nobody, but just if you're wondering. All right. KAS, K-A-S. I think that's on here. Let's hope it is. There it is. All right. So we're keeping it good. So we're still on the green. All requests have been in green so far. And maybe none as green as Casper here. So this is about as textbook of a uptrend as you'd want. Looking great. I'd really like, ideally, right, if we're going to be nitpicky, you'd want to keep holding your 21, right? But we didn't back here. We expected the 34. Some coins have different respectable moving averages than others. Casper seems to really think the EMA 34 in the orange is the dead bottom. And it has been back in May of 2023. And again, in almost May of 2024, really. So about a year apart between touches on the EMA 34 and held perfectly again. And now look at all these moving averages. Let me blow this up here. Right? Sorry, sometimes I forget that you're probably watching on a phone or something. So I'll do my best to keep this blown up. This looks great, right? You want to see your EMAs sorted out, least to greatest, and going up, right? You want the trend up. And luckily for you, if you're in Casper, I mean, it's basically done that the whole life. And now we're flirting with all-time highs again. So this is absolutely an A chart. It's almost like A+. The only way you could get better is if being at all-time highs. So looking great here. I mean, even a higher low from back in here. I mean, I can't even think of anything bearish here. Let's look at some indicators. Looks great. I mean, look, we haven't even gotten... Look at the MACD about ready to cross on the weekly. This is when you could get like the little trampoline effect here. If this plays out, which it looks pretty damn like it's about to. Looks good there. If you're not salivating, I am. It looks pretty good. The only thing I could possibly see that's a little bit, I don't want to say bearish, but a little bit maybe worth watching is the negative divergence here, the MFI. Look at the top here when prices were at, drag this down here. Right, see these peaks here? So prices were at 13 cents, and now the MFI is way the hell down here. Back here, it was way high, 90, 91. And now prices are higher than that. And see the difference? If you need to, better help with lines, right? If you're as, specially talented as me, right? Maybe just make it more simple. Simple Jack needs simple lines. There you go, right? Line go up there. Line go down there. All right. But I mean, it looks good. That was the only thing I would be like, let's watch that just in case. But looks better than most here. All right, next. You're welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Tuning in. I think we can get rid of that word now. It's not 1968 anymore. Tuning in. Metis, let's go look at it. I know I have that on here somewhere, but let's hope for a green color. Got it. Okay, so just my opinion here, I don't like using fib extensions from when the high is the opening damn candle on the chart. I like to have some kind of history either over here where it was like going up and then came down, right? Like the last cycle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like you can just like let's look at Link, right? So Link, you can do that because we have. Let's go look at just what I'm telling you here, right? I like these kind of fibs because we had previous data versus we go to Metis. It's like, how accurate is this going to be? It's probably not going to be accurate. So it's not almost not even worth looking at. I wouldn't pay attention to this much at all. But if you really want to see, right, there you go. So the 1618 from that move is 325. So that's probably going to be a good first area of interest, just over 4x away. But you can obviously not get any much TA on this. I mean, you got the EMA 8 here. You're trying to hold maybe like a 3-day chart. We can get some more data there. Not much there. The more history, the more accurate TA is going to be. The less history, right, the more stone in the wind it's going to likely act as. Just from this daily chart, right, we can look at kind of that. That would be my pivot level to get, strong bulls back around the $90 level. So we're not too far, right? Still an A chart because you're above all moving averages. You've made a nice move here. Consolidating likely before the next move. Now that might not come for some of these coins until Bitcoin dominance is back under 50% and we're getting an alt season, but patience. All right. Ondo X request. Is it on here? It is on here. We still haven't had any. We haven't even had any orange coin requests yet, so I'm pretty impressed. Kudos to all of you picking these stellar charts. Ondo. Nice breakout. You want to look for coins that are like, this is how you go and look for, if you want to buy something new, go look for a chart that looks like this, not this part, right? It has this like kind of little rounded, you don't have to be perfect, but ideally you're wanting to get in it like right here or even on the breakout. But I mean, really you can get in early here, right? You don't want to, you're like, well, why don't you buy here? Well, you don't know if it's going to do that. You got to wait for the bullishness, kind of see these rounded bottoms. Some of them have much more textbook than this. Certainly better looking at this point with, Big Bird getting a hold of the chart here. But ideally, like a retest of range highs and then a move back to EMA 8. Let me clear this shit out. Let's start over. Okay, this is the perfect scenario where you can like buy right here. And then you have your stop loss like under these range highs like this. Put your stop loss right here. So if it goes down here, then it's just not ready yet, and it might just do one of these numbers. However, right, your risk reward ratio is just off the chart because more likely than not, because these lows are starting to rise again, it's just gonna break out. So imagine you could have bought this around 90 cents, and I mean now look at where you were. So you say you bought at 90 cents here, right? Tight stop loss. Your stop loss is like 83 cents. You have like almost nothing to lose here. Right? This is how you do it. This is how the pros do it. This is how I would do it. Not financial advice, but this is it. This is the way you do it. 50%. You'd be 50% up on almost a no risk trade. Because you cut your stop right there if you were wrong. And just let it roll. Because this is high likelihood of just doing exactly what it did, right? So looks great. That's what you want to see. What we wouldn't want to see if we get bearish again is, you guessed it, a break back below that level. So I would just like to avoid going back under $1 altogether, or namely the 21-day EMA, the swing lows here, right? You can see all that kind of coming in line there. There's the weekly chart. Just a breakout. I mean, that's a textbook breakout right there. Look at that weekly candle, 36%, confirming a breakout with a nice bullish candle followed up again. So even if we come back down, I would look to hold the $1.10 area. Again, that level's still good. You break back below this, that's when you could start to maybe get to an orange chart or get downgraded a little bit, but it looks great so far. Good pick again. Hopefully that helps. Let's get to the next one. Let's see if it's down here. Uh-oh. I don't see it. Let's hope it's on another list. Okay. Oh, it's maybe I thought we've had this requested, but maybe not. Maybe I just deleted it for some reason. Let's go look at it. So let's see what chart we're on here. We've definitely done it before, so I might have inadvertently deleted this one. It doesn't look too bad. It's like we rated it a B last time, so let's paint that orange. Whoops, wherever the hell it went, it's gone. I'll add it back to it, but it's orange chart. Why is it orange? Like, why isn't this green? We're above all moving averages. Let's look at the 2022 range highs from the summertime. That's a good criteria to have. Are you above that or not? Even if we take this one, like, no, we're still not there. How about from the bear markets to the bull market start? How much are we up? 1,500%? That's not bad. Are we up from October lows? We're up 600%. That's not too bad. So I would say like B plus, honestly. Just that it got hit really hard here. It's still, you know, I would go B plus. I could maybe, if you argued really hard, I could maybe put this into the green category. But I mean, look how far it fell, and it hasn't been able to recover yet. So not too bad. I would go B plus here. Down 99% from the highs to the lows. Still down quite a bit, right? So that's probably why I actually ended up hitting the B, because this looks borderline to the green, but and maybe we would flip it back green above here, but you're not too far. So if you're in this, you know, with a good bit, I wouldn't worry too much. It still looks like a pretty strong structure here. Oh, you're still under your 100-week as well, and you're still way the hell down from all-time highs. So let's see what it is to get back to all-time highs roughly here. Looking at, geez, that's much more than I anticipated. So yeah, we're doing a 10x. I mean, not even a 10x from here doesn't even get you back to like range lows of the bull market here. You have to do a 17x to get to range lows of the previous bull market. That's definitely concerning. You have to do a 10,000% move, over a 10,000% move to get to all-time highs. I don't foresee that happening. So, okay. Now that we have some context, we can see why now it's not an H chart, right? That's pretty crazy. Still down. Indicators here losing momentum here on the weekly. Look at that. Look at that top on the weekly signal for MACD. So at least it's losing some momentum. We don't have a cross down yet. So as long as we hold this range high, we're still good. But if we start to close a weekly candle under that, what, 1,300 level, 13,000 level, right? The 21 week. That would be where, me personally, if I had anything in this, I would cut out there. I'd be out and go look for something else. Right? Don't get tied down. Don't use your emotions and say what if. Just that would be it. I'm good with it until there. Just my 2 cents. All right. Keep it going. Chain link. We can do chain link. Yep, hit the like button if you're here. Appreciate it. Link is in here. Link's the green chart now. Back above all moving averages. Back above its like consolidation zone. These more precisely. Link is above all these highs, which is what we want. Right, we don't want to form a potential head and shoulders here, which that was, we don't want to cross those streams, right? So if we go down, we're trying to hold the lows of the 21 week at worst case. If it goes back under 1630 as of this week, that would be bad. We do not want to flip this back to resistance. We want to flip this to support. So we have until 1630. Anything above 1630, we're bullish, right? We're looking good. Above all moving averages, we're trending up. The next target's 21. The range highs and the 618 is there. It's all good. No big concerns here. It's an H chart. It's green. We're looking great. We have our Fisher transforms now triggered up. Look at that, and with authority, I might add. Right, you can get these. Well, it looks like Chainlink when it bounces pretty hard. But sometimes you get the angle of attack is key too, right? This one's a little bit less of an angle than that. But sometimes you can get these bounces and these crosses that just kind of go like that, like way out to the side. That's not very strong. That solid, nice, tight V shape, that's great. So that's what you want to see. That's a good momentum to the upside. Whoops. Look at the ADX and DI. Not a very powerful signal. You want your ADX, which is the orange line. You want that above 25 to really be powerful. So the bulls and bears, green and red. The bulls are on top, but not very strong. Baby bull. It's a baby bull right now. RSI strength, right? You can add to where the bulls and bears kind of show up. You can get this kind of bull and bear side of the property line, so to speak. And it's not exactly at the 50 line. Usually for Bitcoin especially, it's like 52, 53. Chainlink looks to be about really like it wants like mid 50s to really get out of the kind of the bearish ho-hum, right? You see, you got to get out of here. I think if we get Chainlink above 60, that then gets his energy going. Seems like that's where it is, right? Going all the way back to 2021. So we're close, but we're still kind of don't got our shit together, right? He's still in the hallways. The teacher's roaming around. He could get caught. Like we just gotta get above 60, and then he's good to go. I don't know where I'm going with that, but you got the point. Let's look at the MACD. Do we have momentum increasing? Right, that's good. Maybe in the next couple of weeks we can get a cross there. Bullish cross, momentum to the upside. All right. Keep it moving. Super. Is it on here? I think it's on here. Another green chart. Looks good. Just holding the 21 week above this, previous range highs over here from 2022. Range lows, resistance from 2023. Breakthrough, come back. Look at the wick. Look at that wick. It went right to the MA34, also at previous range highs. Holding this zone as support. Textbook as you can get. Looks great. Holding the line. You don't want to see your EMA8 crossing any moving averages. You want that on top always for a bullish, at least for a bullish trend. Like we got here, right? We didn't touch. Good. Didn't touch. So far, so good. This looks like it's really wanting to go here relatively quickly. So this is on the launching pad. This looks better, more of a the best chart that looks closest to a breakout was our first coin was Floki. I mean, that looks great. But this looks like it might not be too far behind. But I mean, Floki's already like range highs, like so that would be this being up $1.50, right? That's what, if we get up here again, and we could have certainly a weekly candle. And there's a 50% weekly candle, 30% weekly candle, 40% weekly candle. So if we got one of those again this week, right, that would take us right to range highs, 40%. And then I would look for another breakout, right? You break range highs, you're likely going to the next move. Like, why was this move so big? Look how long the consolidation of range highs was. Resistance for 6 months. Breakthrough, like just steamroll through that wall. And then why do we hesitate here? Well, all this consolidation from our initial bear market drops, hesitation there, swing lows, swing highs, breakthrough. So it looks good. Anything bad? MFI is dropping pretty hard here. That's unusual. MFI has volume in it, if you're wondering. Like, what's the difference between MFI and RSI? This has volume in it. That's a little unusual. I would watch your RSI. You don't want that breaking back below 50, 53-ish, I would say, that low. So I would kind of monitor this one. But it looks great for now. It looks like it wants to go, but it might be too soon based on that MFI. Let me look at actually what volume looks like here. It's really low. Like, look at the volume compared to back here. You don't need volume to continue a trend, but you'd like to see good volume on breaking out to the next phase. So if you see a green candle that goes above this blue line, that's just the average volume, right? You would need look how much these are. These are well above high volume. That's the definition there. So that's a little bit concerning that we're starting to move up and it looks bullish, but we have like abysmal volume. So I'd watch that. All right, next. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope it's going good for you. And if it's not, it's got to be better now. You're watching this. I mean, how bad is life? You have a neon sign you can just stare at. Someone just watches the stream with it on mute and just looks at the sign. It's everybody. We did Metis. I think he requested it, actually. Solana. We could look at Solana. It's obviously on the A chart. Another strong one. Resistance, flip to support. You can see that pretty easily. Right at the 786. That was kind of our flip level. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So the 786 was resistance and it flipped it to support. Our new target is our obviously all-time highs, which should come, pretty quickly once we see Bitcoin dominance start to drop. It's probably what's going to take because Solana has such a goddamn high market cap. Billions upon billions, fulfillions. So how high could we go here? Well, let's see the fib extension. Do I think we're going this high? Probably not. Right? Do the market cap calculations. Where do I think we can hit? I'm looking between like 500 to 600 area. I'd be shocked if it doesn't at least hit 500. Anything above 1,000, I kind of have a hard time buying. But maybe we could be. Just look at the market caps. It's a lot. It's a lot of market cap. It's already high. But another 6x. I don't know if I could buy it. Certainly don't buy this. I would be impressed, but I don't think it can come. It's gone too far. You got to keep in mind, Solana's at $8. So if you're like, well, why can't Solana go higher? You didn't buy in early enough, right? You waited to buy when you heard about it. It was doing good again. 2,000%. It's gone up 2,000% already. It's gone over 21x already. 21x. It's already done with that high market cap. Like how much higher are you wanting here? Looks great. Great chart. Got some divergence on the MFI. Fisher transform. Bounce to the upside. Trigger buy there. Strength is still high. You're above 60. Not a whole lot of coins are above 60 RSI. That's good. Look at that. Another great sign of strength, right? You're holding trend lines on RSIs. That's really good. So yeah, obviously next target is 260. I think Solana will go batshit crazy once it hits 260, crosses that. But it could be a while, right? It could be fall before we do that. But I think after that, we will likely see another significant jump, like something like this. So break all-time highs. That was a 50% rally. So if we did that again, 50% would take us like to 400. So like 250 to 400, I think would likely come pretty quickly. Then maybe we see a blow off top to somewhere around 6, 7, 800 potentially, something like that. Just my opinion. We did Chainlink a little bit earlier. Appreciate all the comments. Thank you. Rose. Can do Rose, although I do not see it on my green chart, and it should be here. So let's hope it's at least on the orange list. There it is. Rose. So it's trying to get back to green. All we have to do to get green is, it's like a few percent. So it's close. It's like B+ right now. So it's made some effort to get back up here over the past couple of weeks. He doesn't like being orange. He needs to go green. I get it. It's where actually, if we close anywhere above, if we close above 11 cents, this would probably be green next week. You'd be above all moving averages. You have the pumpamentals are there, right? You might nice move. Well, a little bit low, right? I'd like to be about 500%. 2022 highs. We're still kind of right there. So, okay, we're still a B chart here. You can kind of see why I'm a little bit hesitant in painting that green, but I would still do it. If we get above 11 cents, I think I could upgrade this. That would look better. 94. Still down just over 82% from the highs. Going back to our all-time highs again is another, 6x? Almost 6x. We got 3x to get to that next level, and that's likely going to be resistance. when we get to it. You got these range highs here. I know it's kind of a big zone. But after we break here, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of repeat this move. So this. Maybe we get up in here, however, whenever that happens again, and then we like kind of hold and then do kind of a repeat of this move and then go again. That's probably something like that. Probably a little bit longer than this, but more or less, I would guess something like that, and then range highs. Alrighty. Chores? What is this? Anchor? We can do Anchor just for your cat, though. Although I think Anchor is not going to be on the list that you want. I do believe it is in the red zone. I could be wrong. I don't see it. Try the orange. Maybe it's been demolished. I don't even think I could try the... Is it really in the green? No, don't see it anywhere. Must have deleted it for some reason. Let's go back. Add it back. Yeah, some reason it's gone. Great. Cat's deleting shit, starting live streams. I don't know what's going on. Anchor. Did anybody catch the ghost live stream over the weekend? Was it Friday or Saturday? My cat I got a house up in the office. My dogs are all around me here too. I've pets everywhere. But the cat ghost started a live stream. It happened about 3 years ago too. It's pretty rare, but when you get it, like, it was dark. It was like 10, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Getting ready to go to bed. Notification on my channel that live stream has started. Ran up here, turned it off, but kind of weird. All right, so let's refocus. Anchor. Where are we going to rate this at? We're holding the 21. We're below and holding resistance at the EMA 8. We're below this resistance zone. And it's kind of flipped back to resistance, if you see that. We came down here. We kind of got stuck in here. So I'll probably go this at an orange chart until we can really start to get back towards range highs, or at least make an effort here, get back above 5 cents. Look at the range lows, put this on closing prices because it's a little bit more clear here. A lot of wicks on this one. So yeah, range low, flips to bull market range high. Ideally, A chart happens at 6.5 cents. We break that high again. But if we can even close it back above 5 cents, I think we could probably upgrade this to an A. Let's look to our September, October lows. Let's just go from our October low here. September low, 400% or 300% 4X. Not the best, right? There's many coins that pump harder than that. So a little concerning. 2022 highs. We're still in that range. It's okay. We definitely don't want to be much below that. So I would go orange here for now. All right. All right, what else we got? What did we just look at? Anchor. All right, the anchor for the cat. Got it. Yeah, you don't really care about the volume as your low volume and at the end of a pattern, or that's a good point. Can you give some tips on signals of the bull market top? Yeah, when you don't think it is. That's usually a pretty good sign. When you're confident that it's going higher. Now, we'll talk about that more as we get there. I think we have a long ways to go, so you got to keep following to find out more. I'll try to help all of you as best I can to when I start taking profits or I see some sketchy stuff going on. But I think we're a long ways away from it. You can also go to, there's a lot of on-chain metrics you can find. It'll track like social. Google Trends is like the most basic one. If you don't know that one, go to Google Trends type in crypto or Bitcoin and look at history, it's like been almost deadly accurate on the tops. It's like when everyone's Googling it and looking about it, it's close. That's a stupid one, but it somehow works. But then, yeah, you have a lot of metrics you can look at. So we'll do that much more. Join our Telegram group. We have a free one and a paid one. I'll try to update you there. Yeah. But there's many signs we can look at. We will do all that as the time progresses, but I think we still have the better part of a year left. RLC coin. Let's do it to it. Go Binance. All right. So what do we like? We're above all moving averages. The trend has been up since the start of said bull run. Looks good there. One of the few coins that actually didn't have its low when Bitcoin had its low. So it was a higher low in November. That's a pretty good sign. And it did pretty well from October to here. So just over 400%. Nice little 5x. Back to range highs here. Good sign as well. Nice uptrend on all the moving averages. You can see like a sharper turn here recently. Look at that EMA 8, like a 90-degree turn. That's a good sign. Let's look at some indicators here. Fisher Transforms, one of my favorite. Look at that. Look at that bounce. That's a sharp bounce. That looks good as well. Good momentum there. Not much on the MACD. ADX looks pretty low. Yeah, not much to take away there. But the price action so far looks great. 22 highs, you're kind of above your previous. Look at all these zones. So highs there, lows here, and then again, like hesitation here, resistance, resistance here, resistance here, flip to support. Exactly what you would want to see. A lot of coins look like that. Some coins don't look like that. So this is another good one. Next target is obviously our local highs at 430. But on closing prices, you can really see, right? And I guess we could paint like a bigger zone here. 430 to 530 is going to be like the resistance, and then once we break free from that, I think all-time highs will come pretty quickly here. And we didn't spend much time there, so I don't know if I'd even pay that much attention. Honestly, spent a lot more time, around the $5 area. Look at this, much more time here. So I would say once 5 falls, we could really get an uptick here. So even though, okay, so we're 65% away from doing that, and even though we're 400% away from new all-time highs, I don't think I would worry about that one too much. So let's look at a fib extension here, just for, we haven't looked at this one really yet. It's a good request because it's a new coin like that. So the 1618 is 133. I'd be pretty confident in that since we have some history here. That's what I like to see. So 133. That might be exciting here. That's a pretty good move even from here. That's still another 4,000%. Another 40x, 41x away. I'd have to look at the market cap, which we can just go do that. Gala was the last one we looked at, so go. Whenever I'm streaming, it gets a little bit laggy. So apologies. But you can go over to CoinMarketCap. You want to be doing this with all your coins anyway. So it's 278, so it might have a chance here. So 240 million. Yeah. So 10x gets it to just over 2 billion, right? Somewhere in there. That's 33. I'll get you a third of the way there. Got 2/3 left. Potentially. Well, let's see how it behaves when altcoins start going. If it's already like, $10, $15 before like a big alt season really is in full swing, then yeah, maybe we can knock on the door of the 100 mark, but the market cap seems to be pretty low still, so that's not a bad one. And the chart looks great so far. The 618 here at 450. Yeah, so 450 to $5. That'll be your big one, and then the floodgates would likely open after that. So, good request, and that's a new green chart. RLC. Yep. Knock over my water and smooth the damn calculator. How about that, bud? Let's see what else. WMT. That doesn't sound too familiar either. Maybe we don't have that one yet. I like new requests, so we can build our lists up. Have to over pronunciate all the accents. Which one do we want here? I feel like the crypto one, not Walmart. Let's go with that. Go with that one, bud. Phone's ringing. All right. Good looking chart. Wow. Really good looking chart. It's above, it's like all-time highs already, right? November, October. Let's look at the lows to highs. Not the best on the pumps, but you know, the silver lining, and if your coin doesn't go that hard yet, maybe it's still it's loading, right? Especially with not much history. So I wouldn't really want to see a, 2,000% jump here, because how much more you got in the tank, right? Now 300, 400%, maybe it's still got another 1,000% move coming, especially with lack of history here. So another good request, strong chart. I mean, I don't know how we could possibly do this anything other than green. Look at the range high. Look at the close prices here. Initial open. Flip that to support. Support again. I mean, double hold. Wick down to the 21 week. Bounce back up and close higher. All good signs here. I think might pick me up a little bit of this. This looks pretty good. Whoever that was, whatever accent that was. This looks really good. I really like it. Nice structure too. Good request. Let's see the. Man, that's disappointing. So it's everything looks good on the price structure, which is the most important, by the way. But the indicators are looking a little weak here. It looks like the momentum's trying to cross down. I mean, it's like really close, which we haven't had that in 15 months. So it's pretty odd for his chart to look that strong, and yet the indicators don't really back you up there. So that's a little confusing. Fisher Transforms triggered down. MFI is like the lowest it's been in a year almost. Odd as well. Let's look at the volume here, because this has got me. Volume's still pretty good. Well above average volume on that new uptrend, so that was good. Look how much the volume has dropped off here, though. Maybe it's just lack of retail being here. I'll still give it the benefit of the doubt for now. See our Gaussian channel. The Gaussian channel is still way down. I mean, that looks good. How about the Bollinger Bands? Still really far apart. Looks good there. Put it on the 3-day. It looks set up for higher. I mean, look at those bands. See how it pinches and then starts to level off there? At the same time, it's kind of holding that and bouncing up. I like that. How the indicators look here. Then they look a little bit better here, right? It looks kind of the opposite. So I'll kind of give this another week or two and see how it plans out. But it looks really strong, at least chart wise. So this is going to be green for now. Good request. Yeah, we can actually look at the green coins right now. I mean, I have all these lists, and most of these are almost, I would say 90% are just requests from live streams that we've just kind of sorted out. So here we go in order. I don't know if you can see them all, but I'll try it. They're in alphabetical order, by the way. So if I pass something and you should have seen it, it's not there. And also, side note, like I have even a couple Bitcoin dominance is there, which we don't want that there. If you want an alt season, we need to downgrade this to orange. Well, it's just a side note real quick, right? We're looking at Bitcoin dominance still been an uptrend since the start of the bull run. And I think in the next couple of months, we're going to see something like this. If you missed my tweet the other day, last week, on the 3-month chart, that's if you're wondering like where the hell these arrows so big. If we look at the 3-month chart and then actually put it on scale here, right? Look at the rejection of hold. Remember, each candle is 3 months here. Yes, that's 6 months for two for all the math whizzes. Rejection off the 21 EMA, and look at where we are now. 3 rejections as resistance so far. So this, what would this mean if Bitcoin dominance drops? Alt season, 2021, alt season, right? This is when alts were exploding. Alt season, sometime between now and the end of this year, alt season. All right, side note there. All right, now let's keep it going. For the green chart, I'm just sharing what's green here. Alphabetical order. I'm trying to go relatively slow, but also fast. We even got a stock. Nvidia's still green as hell. Pepe, Render, Rune. I'm not going to read them out. Like, shut up, dude. And then I think where my picture cuts off under the total 3. So below that is Turbo, FTM, GFI, API3, RLC, and WMT, which those are those last 2 we just did today. Hopefully that helps. Stock market still green. There you go. Next request. Not much history here. Well, probably not going to be much history on a 3-month chart there, bud. Let's go ahead and then adjust these charts. There we go. Auto scale. All right. So I assume this is what you're wanting. Yeah. This is it. Ideal. Shnoojahun. That's the name of the day. Is this the one? Okay, I'm gonna assume this is the one. Now, normally I would probably put this automatically into a B chart because you're below the moving averages, but you're still well above your all-time highs from 2023. So I'm leaning like kind of B plus here, A minus. That makes sense. I'd really like to. We're not very far, right? You get back above here, right? We usually just lose traction once you close below the 21 EMA, like the yellow, right? You can just get stuck there, and it could be for a while. So usually, immediately, you're orange and cautious when you do that. And there's many coins there, so don't feel bad on this one. But I like the fact that we're holding our head up here, and we haven't gone back below this level, because you could easily do that if you slip down here. So I would go orange here, but really close to a green. So I wouldn't feel too bad if it's if you're hoping for the good old gee golly. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's orange, right? Fort. Let's go to Fort. It's live. Coinbase. Usually Coinbase isn't the bestest for the most history, but yeah, I don't really like it. There's probably more history somewhere. What I get? Well, that's 2. So maybe not. Is this the only history I got? Let's try one more. Let's go see if we can strike out. A little bit more, maybe. All right. Sideways is the trend, right? We haven't really done much of anything in a couple of years. Starting to. October, well, shit. Let's go back. October lows to highs. Did get 400%, but still we're only up. We're not that up that much. So there's really no trend here yet. So that's a little bit cautious, right? You want to be cautious on that. Look at that low wick. That low wick came way the hell down, but still held above this high close right there. If you put it on line chart, it looks a little bit better. Well, I'd be a little bit concerned that we closed back below the EMA 8 here. So just like we did back here, the very next week we went higher. So that's fine as long as we don't start to close lower or stay down here more than like a week or 2. Certainly, I'd be really concerned and turn this more bearish if we close back under this zone or even in this zone, 21 to 20 cents. close under 20 cents, and that's like, that would be it for me. I'd get out of that because you could just kind of range here for indefinite, like down, up, down, up. And like how long could you possibly do that? Have you seen the XRP chart? How about I don't know, 6 years? So just be careful with that. Orange, and it's gonna uncheck. So there you go. Hopefully that was the coin you requested, because I can't do it again. Ocean. I think we're about 10 days away from the merger of Fetch Ocean and Ajax, right? ASI coin. I think that's June 13th. Is that right? Pretty sure that's right. But we can go look at Ocean. I think it's a green chart. I know it is. All right, above the 21, holding it perfectly. Look at how many tests. That's how you know your coin is strong. It's down, but it's not out. Like, how many times can you shoot it, right? It's like the Terminator, the T-1000. Like, how many shots fired? It's getting back up. Ocean is the T-1000. We're underneath the EMA 8 and the 14, but just barely, and it's like right there. It's not like a huge stretch to get to it. Look back here, look at the consolidation. I mean, it's weaker here. Look at the 21. It kind of faltered all the way down to the 34. It's stronger now. Maybe we have to upgrade this from the T-1000. Cyberdyne is on awareness. $1, get back above $1, and that's where the wheels start to hook in here, and we can pick up traction. But, you know, who knows what's going to happen with the ASI merger. Really bullish anytime your coin breaks out, and then, you know, on the throwback or a move down, it doesn't even come close to that level. Like, even our low wick didn't approach that. That's really strong. So those are the coins you want to be in. So if you got this one early, all right, we've been talking about this in our Telegram group since, you know, September, August, back in here when there's like 30 cents. Fetch, we were talking about at 20 cents. Actually, like 19 cents. Fetch was pretty good, probably the strongest pick for me this whole cycle so far. What else do we got? Let's look at some indicators. Almost all altcoins are like no momentum. They're just like flatline down here. So imagine, like, if you're wondering, like, why can't we do anything? We don't have momentum on our side, right? Stochastic is out, right? It's hard to get going. Fisher transforms kind of triggered down, loss of. That's really at range lows. We need to see a bounce relatively soon here. And the Fisher is an unbounded oscillator, so that it really can go forever. There's bounded and unbounded. What's the difference? You ready for a lesson? You're like, what? Ooh, that sounds intriguing. Nobody says that. Bounded is like a range, like RSI. It goes from 0 to 100, right? You can't go to 10,000 RSI. Unbounded is it can go to whatever the hell you think it can, like the MACD, like Fisher transform. Those can go indefinitely. There's no high and low. Keep going. So unbounded and bounded. You need to be familiar with some of those. Just to, you know, better your skills a little bit. All right, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. I grew up knowing that half the battle is knowing. All the younger kids are like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's lost his rocker. Pick of the day. Actually, the one that piqued my interest the most was this WMT. That's been probably the request of the day. That's definitely got my attention a little bit. The only thing I don't like is some of the indicators, but if I was just to look at the price chart, this would be my pick of the day. This looks like probably the strongest chart of the day, besides Floki. We started off with Floki, and that actually looks like number one in all of crypto right now, as far as setups, fuse is lit, rocket ready to launch. I mean, that looks like it's there. And does it not? I don't know anything else that's looking that strong right now, honestly. All right, we've been going just over an hour. It's 4:30 Eastern time. I think I'll end it there. We'll do another one tomorrow. Try to go to these about an hour. I'll do this every day this week. Okay? Don't panic. Or if you want more content, you can join our Telegram group. I try to put some extra stuff in there. If you want to learn to fish instead of just being me fishing for you, right? That's what our Patreon group is for. You get some more education in there. All right. I'll see you on the next stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching this long if you have. Some people that just joined, I still appreciate you. But you only get 47 gold stars. Everyone else gets 50. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. See you right back here, same bat channel tomorrow. Adios, amigos.